Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse, Zachary Levi as Shazam from the upcoming Shazam Fury of the Gods movie. I'm looking forward to adding him to my DC Cinematic Universe hero collection. He's going to look good alongside the Justice League. He's going to look really cool fighting Black Adam for the new movie. I got this figure from the McFarlane toy store. He arrived a couple days early. So let's check out the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse Shazam, Fury of the Gods Shazam. Here he is in the package. Looks like collector's card, display stand, 2 alternate hands, totally 4 interchangeable hands, and some Shazam lightning effects. One side of the package, Shazam from Fury of the Gods. Other side simply says Shazam. At the bottom, got a bunch of credits, and there is a barcode in case it helps anybody. And at the back side, here he is posed up, sort of a drawn version of Shazam from the movie, Fury of the Gods. So no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we have this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He has a display stand, collector's card, a total 4 hands, and then 2 lightning effects. Now originally the Shazam movie was going to come out at Christmas Day, but it got pushed back to March. I imagine that's why the figure's coming out around now. Before we look at the accessories, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Shazam from the DC Cinematic Universe. Started off with Man of Steel. Shazam 2 is about to be the newest film in the franchise. Shazam is played by Zachary Levi, and there are now 2 films with him out there. So let's take a look at him. Face looks pretty good. I can definitely see the likeness there. Is it perfect? No, but they've come a long way since their days of doing Unmasked Bloodsport and Ben Affleck Batman. Hair looks pretty good at the top. He's got a little bit of redness on his cheeks and forehead. Not much though. The lightning bolt Shazam logo here. The 2 sort of clamps holding his cape. His cape is white. It's got gold trim. It's flowing very nicely. Made of a very bendable material. I like that. His suit is made of red. Not exactly too bright, but it's not dark either. Got some darker spots on the sides there. Nice sculpting and texturing on his suit. Looks great. Gold boots. Overall, very pleased with what I'm looking at so far. It's nice to have an option for both a comic Shazam and a film version of Shazam. And just a closer look at his face and head sculpt. And here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand, typical McFarlane stand, black perfect circle. It says DC on the bottom. It's got 1 peg for the peg holes on his feet. Very thin, very basic. Now let's look at his collector's card. As you can see, it's a drawn version of the movie Shazam. He's flexing Shazam from Shazam, Fury of the Gods. On the back side, there's a description. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause now. Now let's check out his hands. He has a total of 4 of them. 2 right hands, 2 left hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here's his second pair of hands. These are some open hands. Could be some grabbing hands. Now let's look at his energy effects. They look like 2 lightning bolts. Signature Shazam effects. Black Adam came with some yellow ones. I'm glad these are different. They're made in a semi-transparent blue plastic. It wraps around his forearm there. Then it's a lightning bolt. And they're a little bit different. Here's Shazam with the energy effects attached. They really did a shitty job having them securely attached to his forearms. They fall off so easily. I'll probably have to heat them up, tighten them up a bit. That being said, they do look good though. And if you wanted to see him with some more traditional yellow looking lightning bolts, here he is with some that came with Black Adam. Now I wanted to check him out next to the gold label Shazam to see if there were any reused parts. Upon first glance, I thought he reused a lot of the parts. But when checking them out, obviously the heads are different, the capes are different. The gold label one is just thicker arms, thicker legs, entire body. There is not a single shared part between these figures. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories. Now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing out about 7.1 inches tall, which could translate to about 18 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here, of course, you can rotate from side to side. Look up about that far, down about that far, not bad. Tilt his head from side to side. Between his his head looking forward, should get him into some good flight poses. Shoulders on a ball joint, goes out about 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got a butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest area, increasing the range of motion and cover that large gap. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows go all the way in. His wrists can rotate, and they're going to be hinged as well. Ball joint his torso, rotate around, forward and back. Another ball joint his waist, rotate around, forward and back, giving him very good range of motion in his torso area. Legs, complete does the splits. Not a ball joint, but a similar idea. Rotation is minimal. They go forward about that far. Back, not much. Double jointed knees. Then his ankle here. Forward and back. Rotation. Tilt, rock, although mine's a little bit stuck there. And he has toe articulation. Here's the figure that I normally use for Billy Batson in my action figure world. Sure, he's nowhere near movie accurate, but he's a little kid, and he's got some red on him, so it works for me. When Billy Batson says, Shazam! Then he turns into the hero, Shazam, formerly known as Captain Marvel. Here's Shazam, hovering in the rooftops above the skyscrapers, and here he is, using his lightning effects. Here's Shazam flexing and shooting a little bolt of lightning toward his bicep. Now let's check him out, next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Shazam figures. Here's this new McFarlane Shazam, next to the Mattel DC Multiverse movie Shazam. Pretty much two figures based off the exact same character, same version. McFarlane is definitely superior, although the Mattel figure was not a bad figure. Before McFarlane started their line, this is the only Shazam figure I had from DC Direct or Mattel or any other company. Now let's check them out. Next is another McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. The first Shazam figure McFarlane made was this infected Shazam. At the time I was kind of annoyed they gave us an evil Shazam before a normal version, but they've made up for it by now. And here's this movie version of Shazam, next to the gold label Walmart exclusive Reaper Shazam. Both are regular, iconic looking Shazam figures. Totally different, but in their normal looks. I'm happy to say this movie Shazam doesn't share a single part with the gold label version. Here's Shazam, next to Black Adam. This is the version of Black Adam played by Dwayne Johnson. He's also from the DC Cinematic Universe. And eventually, I imagine we'll see these two pair up against each other. But for now, it's not happening. I know Dwayne Johnson's kind of opposed, and Shazam's doing his own thing. But it is meant to be. And here he is, next to a comic Black Adam from Justice League Endless Winter. Then, next to the Page Puncher Black Adam from the comics. Here are all of my McFarlane Shazam figures. Here are all of my Shazam and Black Adam and Shazam family type characters McFarlane has made. I cannot imagine they won't give us the rest of the Shazam family from this film. Now let's check them out. Next is one of the McFarlane figures from the DC Cinematic Universe. The DC Cinematic Universe is a shared movie universe that started with Man of Steel, and Shazam 2 is going to be the newest film in that franchise. Here he is with the two figures from Wonder Woman 1984. Here's Shazam, next to McFarlane's entire collection from Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's really cool having this new Shazam next to the Henry Cavill Superman. You can do a lot with those two figures. Then McFarlane only made the one figure from Birds of Prey, also part of the DC Cinematic Universe. And now, here's Shazam next to McFarlane's figures from The Suicide Squad. Here's Shazam next to McFarlane's figures from Black Adam. Black Adam is the most recent entry into the DC Cinematic Universe. Now the DC Cinematic Universe is not the only live-action franchise McFarlane has made figures from. Here's Shazam next to McFarlane's figures from The Batman. The Batman is a live-action DC film that exists completely outside the DC Cinematic Universe. McFarlane also made some figures from CW's Arrowverse. That's the shared DC universe that contains the Arrow and Flash TV shows. Now let's check them out. next to some recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to both the Amazon exclusive Tim Drake Robin and the Amazon exclusive Batman Family 5-pack. Then, next to the two most recent Mega figures, Frankenstein and Mongol. Here's Shazam, next to the most recent wave of McFarlane gaming figures. We have the Arkham City Sick Joker and the Arkham Knight Red Hood and Scarecrow. And here he is, next to McFarlane's Mortal Kombat 11 DC offerings, the Batman Who Laughs and Joker. Then, next to the Target exclusive Crime Syndicate wave, Collect-a-Build Star the Conqueror. And here he is, with the Speed Metal wave, Collect-a-Build The Darkest Knight. Here's Shazam, next to the Batman Arkham City wave, Collect-a-Build Solomon Grundy. And here he is, next to the third wave of Page Punchers. This is a Flash-themed wave, Atom, Flash, Gorilla Grodd, Heatwave, and Captain Cold. Then, with the second wave of Page Punchers, this is based off Injustice 2, Batman and Green Arrow. And now, next to the first wave of Page Punchers, this is a Black Adam-themed wave, Batman, Constantine, Superman, and Black Adam. Here's Shazam, next to the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive Hush Superman and Rebirth Kid Flash. And here he is, next to some recent Target exclusive Gold Label figures, Kyle Rayner Green Lantern from Changing the Guard, Defiant Deathstroke, the Black Adam movie Black Adam with Throne, and the Justice League Endless Wonder Wonder Woman variant. Then, with a couple more recent Gold Label Target exclusive figures, Ocean Master and the 30th anniversary of Batman from Batman the Animated Series. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. And finally, here he is, next to some recent Gold Label Water exclusive figures, Speed Metal Dark Flash, Rebirth Shazam, Azrael Batman Armor, and Parallax Hal Jordan. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, to see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the large action figure lines I collect, and work my smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. Then, next to some more McFarlane toys. These are from different various video game properties. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures. Here's Shazam, next to a bottle of Jim Beam Bourbon. And here he is, next to some DST, or Diamond Select toys. Then, next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here he is, standing with some NECA figures. Then, with some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares AEW wrestlers. And here he is, next to some Mezco 112 collective figures. Then, with some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here he is, with some Mayfix figures. Then, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, he's a pretty nice figure. The likeness is good, the sculpt is excellent, accessories are plentiful. I like the different hands. I especially like the lightning effects. His articulation is everything you'd expect from a modern McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. If I were to rate this guy, I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10. Higher rating than I would expect to give a Shazam figure, but they nailed it. He looks pretty good, and I appreciate that he's not just pure reuse from the Gold Label version. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.